Hey, this is David Miller with the Miller Group of Keller Williams Realty. I'm here to help you get real estate smart. All right, so the new stats for May came out for Orlando, and there is a lot to talk about. The big story you're probably hearing today is that the closed sales for the month of May dropped 44% compared to the same month last year. Oh my God, the sky is falling. But let me tell you something. I am wearing this Tabasco shirt for a reason, because the market is red hot. So let's talk about the drop of sales of 44%. You got to think real estate's sort of that weird industry that you're always looking back, and it takes a while to sort of see the trends. And the main reason is because it takes 30 days to close on a property. If we go back to March and we were looking at the early indicators, which was the number of showings dropped 65% when COVID first came out. And the main reason is that people were concerned about going out to see in homes. So because of that, that affected the new contracts that were hitting that month, and that was down about 24%. But if you remember back in March when the stats came out, even though we were right in the middle of COVID, March looked fantastic. The rate of appreciation was 12% compared to last year, and the sales were actually up 2% versus the year before. People were saying, what's going on? Well, it was just a matter of time until those lack of showings really showed in sales, because the second thing you look at are the new contracts. If we look at April, showings picked up. They were only down 40% compared to what they were before, but new contracts were down 43%. So we really felt it. So the reason we have minus 44% compared to last year in sales is because new contracts for the month of April were down 44%. So David, that sounds terrible. This sounds like the Great Recession. That is not the case. And the reason being is because the market is red hot right now. If we look at new contracts for this month versus the same time last month, we're about at the same level. So I expect next month that our sales are going to be very close, maybe a little bit lower than what they were last year, which means we're back on track. The big problem that we're seeing in the industry right now is the lack of inventory. If we look at the lack of inventory, it's 11% lower than it was last year, okay? So there's not a lot of houses to look at, and it's 5% lower than last month. So what's concerning to me is that a lot of people that typically put their houses on the market for this time of year are still holding back, and they're not doing that. And because of that, there's really nothing to look out there depending on the price range you're looking at. So how's that affecting the market? Well, I'm really starting to see new construction really take off. If you can't find what you're looking for, then new construction might be a good option. Before you go there, make sure that you are represented by a realtor to help you do that. My wife, Anne-Marie, in the past 3 months have put at least 6 of her buyers under contract for new construction because they couldn't find what they're looking for. So that is a great option. Hopefully the new builders are going to be filling that void of inventory. Now, if we look at the rest of the stats here, the median price did jump 7% versus last year. So that means that we still have appreciation in the market, but it's lower than what it was before. All right, and that's fine. As long as we're heading up, we're good. The market is not overheating. We're still fine on that there. The other thing is that affordability index is still very affordable. The average interest rate last month, get this, was 3.2%. Okay, money is cheap. This is why there's so much demand out there, is because there's so many buyers trying to take advantage of the market. So if you're a buyer thinking about upgrading or getting a new house that's more energy efficient, this is the time to do it. But we need your inventory. We need inventory to sell. I will tell you that from a listing perspective, we have about 9 of our listings under contract within the past 30 days. And many of them are going very quickly. Of course, it depends on the price range and the area of town. So the market is no longer boring in Orlando. Even though the sales are down 44%, the market is red hot, Tabasco hot, as I'm saying. So I hope that you are now real estate smart. And I did that wrong. Take care.